Is Trump capable of deporting 12 million immigrants? I know it's a bit of a stretch, okay, but he's going to do what he can under his underlings, his administration, if he comes back to office. And he has been chipping away at it when he during his first term. Now, I don't recall in history, if American history, if a person who was president before skipped 4 years and then came back and became president again. If I remember from school, I don't recall that. But if anyone can drop in the comment if you got some history knowledge, let me know. Let us know. But and I'm not here to fear monger, but you really need to know this kind of information because he's already put a plan out there. And he dubbed it Project 2025, which is not just for immigration, it's about a lot of things. Um, he just wants to, what does he call it? Drain the swamp. Well, that's interesting because people want to drain him out too. So, um, yeah, I mean, I do agree. Government's slow, right? We all know that. That's the whole thing. But he's going to make it worse. He's going to make the government slower by, just generally speaking, cutting people's jobs. So if you have been affected, or your loved one or friend has been affected by a layoff, this is not going to be much different under Trump. And when USCIS has already lost several employees, and State Department, at least for because of the pandemic reason. Imagine how much worse it would be for processing times if President Trump is elected in office again. So you might not be able to vote if you're only a resident or you don't have status. So I'm not asking you to vote. If you don't have status, if you are not a U.S. citizen, I will just be clear, you cannot vote. You're not authorized to vote, just to make sure. Some people know that, some people don't. So don't get confused when you go renew your driver license at the DMV or DPS office and one of the government state clerks say like, "Hey, would you like to vote?" Don't even fall for it. Okay, we've received so many calls of people who fell into that. And not to say it was like a trap. It's just that those government state workers don't handle immigration, so have no idea. It's just a form. Side note, sorry. Someone's even on the very first question, it said, "Would you like to register to vote?" The person who spoke with us checkmark no. Yeah, continue to fill out the rest of the form. So, and that's just because you're not used to this form. You're just going to do whatever the government worker does may have recommended. So, again, I'm not trying to fearmonger, but it is important for you to know that politics, if you didn't know already, has a lot to do and affect immigration policy literally on a daily basis. It's kind of wild. I mean, some people think it's just because Trump was in office before. No, I mean, even when it was President Obama, things may not have changed every single day, but there was enough changes to keep us immigration lawyers on our toes, okay, to be very cognizant. Um, a lot of people give, even Democrats and Republicans, actually more so Democrats, gave President Obama a lot of crap about like deporting. He was probably the first one called deporter in chief. But actually, every year it just increases. All right, just nature of percentages and numbers of people. But in terms of President Trump's Project 2025, it is over 900 pages apparently. So related to immigration, President Trump wants to increase funding for a wall. Go figure. There's already, was it $5 billion? I can't remember now. It's been back and forth so many times. And then people are wondering, by the way, if you're wondering, like, may give President Biden like issues about it, like, oh, he said he wasn't going to use the money, and then now he's using it. It's because it's already been allotted. Unfortunately, it's already been allotted for it because of the prior year's budget. Okay, so essentially, what he tried to do during his first term, if you don't remember, is he tried to get rid of DACA. There's a lawsuit. There's been several lawsuits about DACA. It's stuck right now. And unfortunately, those lawsuits stopped new applications of people who were eligible on paper for DACA. It's very unfortunate because we've had, of course, several people contact us that maybe just didn't need to apply before for work permit, but now they can't because of Trump's, all the conservative states' lawsuits. Okay. And something to keep in mind, there's just a lot of talk, right, in general, even during President Trump's administration, that maybe he truly is for immigrants. Maybe let's just put it that way, right? For a hot second, It's his underlings, the people under him that he puts into power, essentially, into certain cabinet seats, certain committees, into federal judiciary, into the Department of Justice. Those people, for the most part, if you've seen the news in 2016 to 2020, they were anti-immigrant. Okay, um, it's pretty nuts. So again, not try to fearmonger. There's apparently reports say like 12 million undocumented immigrants. That's yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people. Every I mean, I can't say every single one of them deserve legal status, but because of certain crimes, but a lot of y'all who may not have status right now, a lot of y'all deserve status, and I don't believe it should be merit based. That's what President Trump was trying to do, like some European countries. Um, and President, to give you a little contrast here, what President Biden announced a few days ago or a few weeks ago was trying to create a new parole program specific for married persons. Could it be expansive? That'd be great. But essentially, think of it in the reverse that President Trump could try to get rid of TPS again. That didn't go away, fortunately. Um, Part of me is actually surprised because in the name of TPS is temporary protected status, but it's been ongoing for a long time for many countries. And then, but yeah, President Trump could do the same thing with the program and try to get rid of that because that's created by the executive branch, not by Congress, as far as I know. All right, folks, thank you so much. Go ahead and give it a follow. I'm so sorry. I have to go to a team meeting for more training for the team. And I bet y'all would appreciate that. So, so sorry for making it short today, but please go ahead and follow. And I might go live today. All right. Y'all have a good one.